The auto battle in Final Fantasy 13 is dumb. You just press auto and you can get through the whole game. That is not entirely true. And in this video, I'm going to show you why the game has auto battle. And I'm going to start off by showing you two scenarios. I'm going to show you the first chapter of the game for most people that criticize the game heavily and thought that, oh, if the game's just like this, I don't want to play it. I'm going to show why the first impression of the game may not have hit home as good as it should have, and go to a later part of the game and show you why you absolutely need auto battle to play this game. It is recommended that you use auto battle. It actually is a good thing. But let's just get into it. Let's go ahead and start off with, this is the beginning of the game. This is within the first 4 minutes of playing, and this is what most people are going to experience. You're not going to read most of this stuff. Most people won't. But you come into an encounter with someone, and then you're gonna have your auto battle. This is all you have. You can press abilities, attack and blitz, so you only have two abilities. And most people probably don't even understand what these abilities do. So then that was your experience. You say, well, that was easy. Yes, that was easy. And sometimes the reason why auto battle could hinder you is you don't actually understand what you're doing when you press auto battle. Like blitz is a wide range attack, and then attack just does a single target. The reason why the game has auto battle is so that when you get into a fight, let's slow it down this time. What the game teaches you is that you see all these question marks. The game teaches you that auto battle will play into the enemy's weaknesses for you because the game is so fast paced. It's very fast paced than what it looks like. They want you to focus on strategy more than just doing the combat manually yourself. So what you would have to do is, they don't have it yet. I haven't unlocked it yet. See, that's what the game has to show you, is you would know that the game knows that it should single target this guy with attack. You see how it's doing attack here? It knows to do a single target because this person is low health, so it's automatically deciding that for you. Because as you get further and further in the game, you may not have time to decide that as quick as the time goes. You notice I'm trying to slow it down because it moves too fast. Like I'll show you again, if I was trying to think and look at health bars, it's going to take too long. They're going to start moving. So if I try to select and say, let's see, who do I want to attack? Do I want to attack the warden? You see they're hitting me, right? I'll say, okay, I'm going to go for Enforcer B because he's almost gone. I could do that, but now I got to fumble with the menus and choose, okay, Enforcer A now. All right. So I'm going to choose Enforcer A. See, everybody's moving faster than me. That's way too hard for the beginning of the game. That's too much when you're trying to learn the game. So they do that. So auto battle in the beginning is because you just need to get through the fights and understand that auto battle is your friend. That's all they want you to understand. Because if you're so caught up on picking attacks, you're losing time, and time is very key in this game. I'm going to show you one more battle, then we're going to go to a later chapter in the game and show you why auto battle is almost necessary. So we get through the story part. All right, so let's say I'm fighting these enemies now. If I do auto battle, watch how quickly this goes. They target with the wide area attack for me because it knows there's multiple enemies. The AI is reading for you what's the smartest attack already, so you don't have to think of the smartest attack if you don't want to. That's what it's for. In the late game, you will have very little time to think about all this stuff when you're fighting multiple enemies, multiple weaknesses and things to think about. Imagine you have all these question marks unlocked and you got to think about, are they weak to fire, water? Can I attack them with physical, magical? The game wants you to focus on strategy more than actually executing the attack. So notice that battle went way faster, way smoother. All right, so now Let's go back. Then I'm going to show you later game. I'm not even finished with the game yet, but I'm at chapter 11. And there's 13 chapters to the game. So this is when you've almost unlocked almost about everything you could. Almost. Not quite yet. You still got a lot of hours to go. So yeah, we're in chapter 11, and then let's look at if I try to select certain things for the enemies myself versus if I try to do the auto battle. All right. So I'm going to run into these enemies here. You're basically getting about 6 seconds to select something. So let's say I'm trying to select my abilities. I'm starting off slower than everybody else now because I'm selecting the ability. But since I know what I'm selecting, it does go faster at this point. So you don't have to auto battle. You could pick what's the most optimal, and you might get good results. But you're going to have to be fast. So that's the difference. Why would they do this to you in the beginning of the game where they're forcing you to be fast just to get through the beginning of the game? The beginning of the game should be the easiest part. It just makes sense. Beginning of the game should be the easiest part so that way you can just get through it. And so when you auto, what it does is it makes sure you hit your attacks as quickly as possible. And it's automatically deciding that, oh, it knows what the weaknesses are, so you don't have to break your brain looking through it. You can focus on more things like, oh, he's about to do this attack. I need to be able to heal quickly when he does that attack. It wants you to focus more on the paradigm system than anything else. This paradigm system is what it wants you to focus on, knowing when to shift the paradigms, paying attention to he's doing a well. So now what does that mean? Oh, my character's got debuffed for a second. Do I need to switch to a paradigm that could wipe away the debuffs? But see, you see how I'm doing nothing? That's because if you don't do auto battle, you're going to find yourself fumbling with the menus, doing nothing. And so the auto battles keeps the offense up. It keeps the action going. And the thing you're thinking about is, what's my next plan? Do I need to switch to one of these after I do my attack? That is the beauty of the game. That is the beauty of the combat, is I'm focused on strategy. I'm commanding them. It's more like a real-time action strategy. And then say Aerolga, okay, I know I need to heal because it's about to do a lot of damage. So I see I switch quickly because I saw the red over his head. That's what it wants you to focus on. It doesn't want you to focus on selecting things manually unless you want to. If you get that advanced in the end game, that's why it's there. Another thing is the game is so difficult, or difficult enough, that if you decide I want to be one of those people that do manual, then you could turn the battle speed to slow so that way you can have time to think through it. But if you're going to go at normal speed, it actually just makes the most sense to do auto. And this is why auto battle is your friend, because you don't have time to think about all the strategies. You need to be think about which paradigm do I switch to in the middle of the battle and why. You need to be focusing on what attack is this enemy about to do, because they give you the signal of these large enemy attacks. They'll give you the signal he's doing magic blast. So what do I need to switch to another paradigm to deal with magic blast? And you see, if you act too slow, you're gonna lose. You're gonna lose in the late game if you act too slow. It doesn't help you to go manual. You see that? It doesn't help you to go manual. It's gonna benefit you to use the game systems the way they teach it to you to help you get through it as best as possible. You can focus on strategy, and that's what it wants you to do. Fast strategy using the paradigm system. And this is actually what makes the game really good. So that's it. That's the explanation. That's why it has auto battle, and that's why auto battle is a good thing. It helps you get through the fights more smoothly. The AI will read the attacks more accurately for you, which will help you. And then if you want to do manual, you could slow it down. You don't have to use auto battle. So that's a big misconception is people saying you just press auto battle and you'll win. You don't just press auto battle. You have to know how to switch paradigms. And that's what people did not grasp when they decided they hated the game. Either way,